Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. Okay, we are now here in a very important session. Actually, I would say if we get something out of this session, we will get some clear idea what to do next until we will reach out to the HLM4. We hope it will happen. This morning, I sit with Mike and already discussed where to go about it and how hopefully we will hear from the panelists, and then we will connect with the following session 8 and then 9. Then we can have better conclusion on how and where to go and how to decide the next HLM4 and the activities that will come along after this meeting until end of 2026 through the TCP, FAO TCP mechanism. Okay, so those 4 pilot countries, hopefully all of you are still awake, and this will be very important for you because at the end of the day, what we want is some money flowing around in your countries. So this is very important for all of us today. Thank you, Mike, for this PowerPoint. I'm going to read. Just to be honest, I will read. My first slide, actually, I talked with Mike, maybe we should highlight on very state-of-the-art of the work developed by World Bank. Harnessing the water just launched in Uganda, if I remember well, last month, right, Mike? Last week. In this report, I like some of us to read this, and there are lots of key messages on the investment direction of World Bank and also advice from World Bank to all of us in aquaculture area to develop further and where to invest and the direction forward. In this report, Mike quote this statement and we can see very clear. Business as usual, we put in $0.5 trillion US. We will have 159 million metric tons of fish. But if we put more money by 2050, but if we put 3 times more, then 100 tons more of fish that we will have by 2050. And in terms of employment, job creation, we can see that from business as usual, or if we put more money in there by 3 times more, we can see that almost double of the number of jobs that we will create. So after all, what we talk about aquaculture sector is not just about fish per se, but it's about all the business related along the value chain of fish production, started from input supply, from seed, feed, chemical, vaccines, so on and so forth, all the way to processing and consumer. And if we want to talk a little bit longer, it's all the way to waste management. So now we are in net zero agenda. It's a global agenda. So if we talk that long, it will come to how we will be more responsible on what we consume and the waste from what we already utilize. So it's a long way and a lot of new opportunity coming for next generation. But to do that, we need capitals. Yeah, Harrison is here with us, so we will hear more from Harrison. Transformation is indeed, we are now on day 2. I hope that everyone are with me, that transformation is really something we need to move things quicker and more efficient than before. We cannot do business as usual, but how to do the more efficient transformation, use less resources but gain more, with big multipliers. That's the thing we want. Right? We can see a lot of example in China, not just about aquaculture, just everything else in China. We are here, we can see they use electric motorcycle, and everything is in mass. That means they can make scale, so unit cost is very low, and consumer can access to food and products in a very reasonable price. So that's the thing that we want to see. Okay, venture capital investment for innovation company is too little, I would say, in Asia. We are the biggest producer, but when you look at the capital that we put in, it's very clear, it's too little compared to other sector, compared to what we can actually produce. I think it's so unfair for our sector. That meaning our people are suffering, try to do their best, but supporting system and capital we put in is relatively too little. Yeah. So what's next we need to do to harvest more input to produce fish and benefit to people along the chain. I think these are the key that we need to really sit down and talk among the stakeholder, key players in the investment space, innovation space, policy makers, and individual farmers. So I think this is very important. Investment is lacking across the innovation space to impact system from early stage, from innovator side, incubation, startup, SME, even big firm. They still need support. I mean, if we connect each other properly, we will find out that there is a lot of things that we don't need to do by ourselves. We just need to know what they are doing, but we don't need to do everything by ourselves, right? There must be someone can do better job than us. We are good at production, we produce fish. But some other people, they do better for trading or being asked to do some other thing. We just have to share the benefit fairly and share the cost fairly. Then everyone will play their role. It will be more efficient that way. Yeah. So there are lots of gaps to fill. I agree with you, Mike. This is absolutely we are trying to do. For now, it's very clear. For big donors, World Bank, Harrison confirm me later if I'm right or wrong, and even JEP, Global Environmental Facility, they are big funding unit on environmental program. It's very clear direction from JEP now, JEP project now that they focus more on food system, especially aquaculture. Before JEP 1 to 7, aquaculture was a very small component in big project of JEP, something like 10 million up. Okay. Aquaculture was just a small piece in big project, and most of the JEP project in old day more about conservation, not about how we can intensify the production in a more sustainable way. But today the story is different. It's just like you flip like that. They now realize food sector is the key sector that really attached to the environmental target. We produce, but meanwhile we have waste, right? It's something they have to work on it. And now very clear signal from JEP direction that we work on carbon footprint. So Thailand is quite ahead of everyone. You pilot that project. So if we strategic enough, then we can basket it, bundle it in a bigger portfolio, and then we work on allow that area because you already try what works and what doesn't work. So this is excellent for you. And maybe some other country from learn. Because the idea of TCP is not for the country per se. We also need to learn from each other across the region so we don't repeat the mistake, okay? Then we move forward together quicker. We don't waste time, we don't waste the resources. Yeah? Okay, good. So how to mobilize the investment required for aquaculture transformation? This is a question for everyone. No? I finish or this is your question for me? Okay. How to invest in the way that benefit everyone in the game? Okay. And the mechanism that we can really use to support the innovative stakeholder or players from the beginning until the end. Now, I talked with Kitiya, also I learned it's not possible for you to start from 0 to 10. Nah? Someone will have to do that job for you and you do your job. Okay? How to manage perception and investment list. These are all the key questions that might list them all. You may have more questions from the floor later to our panelists, but this is just a food for thought and you help us to come up with your own question. Thank you very much. I hope I did my job for you. Thank you for the PowerPoint.
Okay, thank you.